Imagine this. You're home alone, the night is quiet, and suddenly there's a knock at your door. You hesitate, peering through the peephole, only to find two children standing there. They're pale, strangely dressed, and eerily still. As you open the door, they lift their heads, revealing soulless, pitch-black eyes. You feel an overwhelming sense of dread, a primal instinct screaming at you to run, but they don't move. Instead, in a monotone, robotic voice, they ask, "Can we come in?" The Nightmare Scholar presents the terrifying truth about black-eyed children. Black-eyed children, also known as BECs or black-eyed kids, are paranormal entities that appear as human children between the ages of 6 and 16. However, something is off about them. Their skin is unnaturally pale, sometimes grayish, as if they're sick or lifeless. They have an unsettling presence, and their most terrifying feature, completely black eyes. No whites, no pupils, just an abyss of darkness staring back at you. They always travel in pairs or small groups, and they exhibit unnatural behavior, speaking in a monotonous tone, standing eerily still, or mimicking outdated speech patterns as if they don't quite belong in this era. Their goal? To gain entry. They will ask to be let in, whether into your home, your car, or any safe space. But whatever you do, never say yes. The first well-documented encounter with black-eyed children occurred in 1996 when journalist Brian Bethel shared his horrifying experience online. He was sitting in his car at night parked near a movie theater in Abilene, Texas, when two young boys approached his window. They asked for a ride, claiming they had forgotten their money and needed to get home. But something about them felt wrong. Their voices were unnatural, their behavior didn't match normal children, and worst of all, Bethel realized their eyes were completely black. An overwhelming sense of fear washed over him, as if he were in the presence of something inhuman. He sped away, his instincts telling him he had just escaped something truly evil. After Bethel's story went viral, more and more people came forward with similar experiences, describing strange children appearing at their doors, in parking lots, or even knocking on car windows in the dead of night. But the question remains, where do they come from? Some believe BECs are modern-day manifestations of demonic entities. Others link them to vampire legends, creatures that must be invited in before they can harm you. Some even speculate they could be extraterrestrial hybrids, failed human-alien experiments that now wander the earth. Whatever they are, one thing is clear, they are not human. Black-eyed children possess several disturbing abilities that make them especially dangerous. Let's break them down. Victims report feeling an almost supernatural compulsion to let them in, as if their minds are being subtly manipulated. It's as if these entities have a form of low-level mind control, forcing you to override your natural instincts. Almost everyone who encounters them describes an overwhelming sense of dread or impending doom, even before noticing their eyes. This might be a natural human reaction to something unnatural, or it could be a deliberate ability to paralyze victims with fear. The moment they are denied entry, they vanish. Witnesses report that after refusing to let them in, they look away for a second, only to find the children completely gone, as if they never existed. Lights flicker, televisions and radios produce static, and phone signals drop when BECs are nearby. It's as if they disrupt electromagnetic fields, much like ghosts or poltergeists. This is the question that keeps people up at night. What happens if you let them in? Unfortunately, few people live to tell the tale, or they vanish without a trace. One anonymous report tells of a couple who let two black-eyed children into their home during a storm. The children sat silently on their couch, refusing to speak beyond their usual robotic phrases. Minutes later, the husband began experiencing extreme dizziness and nosebleeds. The children finally stood up, saying, "Our parents are here." A pair of tall, shadowy figures appeared at the doorway, and without another word, the children left. Weeks later, the man was diagnosed with a rare, aggressive form of cancer. His wife, too, suffered from unexplained illnesses. Coincidence? Or something far more sinister? If something feels off, it probably is. Your gut knows what your mind doesn't. Their gaze is said to weaken your resistance. Keep your eyes averted. They cannot enter unless you invite them. Stay firm, no matter how persistent they are. Like many supernatural beings, they seem to prefer darkness. Bright lights may deter them. Some believe prayer, salt, or invoking protective names can keep them at bay. So, are black-eyed children real? Are they supernatural entities, interdimensional beings, or just an urban legend that feeds on our deepest fears? We may never know for sure. But the next time you hear an unexpected knock at your door, maybe, just maybe, you should think twice before opening it. Whatever you do, don't let them in. Subscribe, like, and comment with any spooky encounters.